Have you ever watched a movie where one character made a huge sacrifice for someone else, or maybe even for the whole world? Whether it's Belle taking her dad's place in the Beast Castle, or Iron Man using the Infinity Stones to defeat Thanos, there's something about these scenes that move us. Why? Well, for me, these stories of sacrifice remind me of the sacrifice Jesus made in order to save me. And even though it's really easy for me to be selfish and self-centered, these stories show me that deep down, I want to be someone who's willing to make these sacrifices for the people I love. And I think you do too. We've been talking about James for the last few weeks, and today we are going to take a look at James chapter 4, verses 1-3. It says, "What is causing the quarrels and fights among you? Don't they come from the evil desires at war within you? You want what you don't have, so you scheme and kill to get it. You are jealous of what others have, but you can't get it, so you fight and wage war to take it away from them. Yet you don't have what you want because you don't ask God for it. And even when you ask, you don't get it because your motives are all wrong. You want only what will give you pleasure." James is describing me-centered thinking. This is not what Jesus meant when he said to love God and love others as we love ourselves. We can't follow the law of love and be me-centered at the same time. So what's the alternative to me-centered thinking? How do we avoid unnecessary conflict with others? How do we resolve conflicts when they happen? And how do we do all of this according to Jesus' law of love? Maybe the best thing we can do is look to the one who gave us the law of love, because it's not just Jesus' words that teach us how to love, it's his actions as well. John 15 verses 12-13 says, "This is my commandment, love each other in the same way I have loved you. There is no greater love than to lay down one's life for one's friends." These are the words of Jesus. Now let's turn to 1 John chapter 3 verse 16 and hear the actions of Jesus. "We know what real love is because Jesus gave up his life for us. So we also ought to give up our lives for our brothers and sisters." Jesus was God, which meant he really did have all the freedom to do whatever he wanted. The whole universe is his, along with everything and everyone in it. He has the power to do anything he wants to do at any time. But what did he do? He gave up his life. Jesus freely gave up his freedom in order to love you and me, and then he told us to do the same for each other. That's the ironic thing about freedom. Free people give up their freedoms for others, not because we have to, but because we choose to in love.